This conference will now be recorded.
I've shared the details, ma. Have you checked it out?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Last class I told you if condition I'll be telling you. So today we will solve this. I have serial number, employee name, grade, department, basic salary. Now I have to calculate HRA. Okay. So here I'm going to include HRA. HRA is calculated on the basis of the grade. Okay. So equals grade is in which cell?
C.
So I'm using if condition. If condition, you're checking whether the condition is true. If the condition is true, what it has to perform. If the condition is false, what it has to do. Okay. So if open the bracket in C2 cell, okay, if your grade is A, when you're checking for the grade, so you have text in that cell. So text should be mentioned within double quotes. A, you are checking for the condition. Grade is A, no? A should be typed in capital letter because you have entered the grade in that cell in capital letter. Okay. If in C2 cell, if the grade is A, then here I have given if grade is A, HRA will be 15% on basic pay. So basic pay is in which cell?
E. E.
E, E which cell?
E2. E2.
E2. E2. So E column, second row. E2 into 15%. Okay. Again put a comma. I'm checking for one more condition. Again open if, open the bracket. If in C2, if the grade is B, then basic pay into 15.5% should be my HRA. Clear? Again comma. If grade is C, if open the bracket, grade is in which cell? C2 equal to C. If grade is C, then E2 into 17%. 17%. Okay. Again, if open the bracket, if C2 equal to if in C2 cell, if my grade is D, then what it has to do? It has to calculate 20% on basic salary. Type 20. That is E2 into 20%. Okay. Now close the bracket. How many if conditions are open?
4, ma'am.
4. So 4 brackets has to be closed in the end. Now if you press enter, you're going to get the output. Okay. If the grade is A, then basic will be 15% on HRA will be 15% on basic. If grade is B, then HRA will be 15.5% on basic. If grade is C, then HRA will be 17% on basic. Okay. If grade is D, then HRA will be 20% on basic. Clear? Then using fill hand, drag it. Formula is copied to rest of the cells and the value will differ based on your grade. Clear? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you repeat it again?
Always formula should commence with an equal sign. So if is a logical function, it's going to check whether the condition is true or false. If it is true, what it has to perform. If it is false, what it has to do. Okay. So now I'm checking if I want to check. I want to calculate HRA based on the grade of the employee. Okay. So if C2 C2 is the cell in which you have the grade. So when you are checking for the grade, so grade is in text format. So text always should be enclosed within double quotes. Okay. If your grade is A, then HRA should be calculated 15% on your basic pay. So basic pay is in E2 cell. E2 into 15%. The comma, again open if statement. If your grade, if it is B, then my HRA should be calculated 15.5% on basic.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, tell me, ma.
Ma'am, when we are calculating for grade B, then why we are taking C2? We should take C3, na?
No, ma. In that cell, again, if I change my grade, it has to automatically change, right? I'm giving the condition for the first cell. Automatically, for the rest of the cell, using fill hand, if I drag it, formula is copied, right? When my cell goes to the next cell, automatically the cell reference will change, right? In the previous examples, I've told you. When you're finding the sum of above values, what will happen? You're mentioning for the first cell, row wise when you're finding sum. When you use fill hand and drag it, in every cell, the cell reference will change, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So I need not calculate for every cell. Using fill hand, if I drag it, formula will be automatically copied to other cells. So again, if my grade is C, then E2 into 17%. Again, if C2 equal to D, then basic is in E2 cell, E2 into 20%. Now, how many if statements you have opened? So many brackets need to be closed in the end. Now, using fill and drag it, formula is copied to rest of the cells. Now, if you go to the next cell, see, automatically cell reference has changed, right? Your doubt is cleared.
Yes, ma'am.
Cell
Yes,
reference
ma'am.
will change for each and every cell. Clear?
Ma'am, but why
Next,
15%, 15 point?
I've just taken ma. You can take any percentage that you wanted to calculate HRA on the basis of basic pay.
Okay, ma'am, thank you.
Yeah. Next, DA is calculated 15% on basic. So DA is 15% on basic is equal to basic is in which cell?
E.
So I need not use if statement in this case. So DA is 15% on basic. So what I should do? E2 into 15%. Directly you can mention. Okay. DA is 15% on basic. Next, I have PF. PF is calculated 20% on basic. Type PF equal to E2 into 20%. So using fill hand, drag it. So once 327 So using fill hand, drag it, formula is copied to the rest of the cells.
Ma'am, could you show again how did you do DA and uh, PF?
E2 into 15% directly. Basic pay is in which cell? Basic pay is in which cell, ma?
E2.
So formula should commence with an equal sign. E2 into,
Into 15%.
yes. Okay. Then using fill hand, drag it. Then PF will be 20% on basic equal to E2 into 20%.
Okay, ma'am.
Next, you have gross pay. Gross pay is the sum of basic pay and your allowances. Okay. So now I have to calculate gross pay. So gross pay is sum of basic and allowances. So basic is in which cell?
E2.
And your allowances? Which are your
F2,
allowances?
G2, and H2.
No, no, no. No PF. Your allowances is only HRA and DA. You should
Okay.
find the sum of basic HRA and DA. So I can use sum function, sum of E2 to G2. Okay. Using fill hand, drag it. Formula is copied to rest of the cells. Clear? Next, I have net pay. Net pay is gross pay minus PF. So net pay is my gross pay equal to I2, that is I2 minus gross pay
H2.
minus PF, H2. So it's going to show you the net pay. Any doubts in this? Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So calculate the total net pay of employees working in sales. Okay. So using advanced filter, list out only those records which belongs to purchase production accounts. So how do I do it? Uh, so I want to display purchase details. So I'll type the heading as DEPT here, purchase. Now select the database, go for data, advanced, copy to another location. List range is the range where you have selected the database. Criteria ranges, I want to display the records of only department purchase. Then copy to, select a new cell. Click on OK. Got it?
Just a minute.
Ma'am, can you show it again, ma'am?
Advanced filter, have you people worked out? Have you people worked out with advanced filter? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So if I want to see the details of only accounts, so type the heading as DEPT. Here you type accounts. Now select your database, go for data, tab, advanced, copy to another location. List range is the range where you have your database. Criteria ranges, the condition what you have given, that is from A18 to A19 cell. You have mentioned your field name and the record. I want to display the records of only accounts. So copy to, I want to display based on my condition in a new location. My new location cell reference is A20. I'll click on OK. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So similarly, here condition was calculate the total net pay of employees working in sales. So same thing, I want to extract the records of only sales. So I'll type department sales. Now select the database, go to data tab, advanced, copy to another location. Criteria range is present in A18 and A19 cell. Copy to. Select a new cell. In this new cell, I want to display only the records of sales department. Okay. Now I want to find the sum of only net pay of sales department. So you can use auto sum function equal to sum of J21 to J25. So it's going to give you the total value, total net pay. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here ends up with your functions. Next. So I will be telling you about page setup. Okay. So first, one second, be online. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am.
So tell me, ma. Okay. Okay. I'll come back to page setup later. First, let me tell you about protect sheet and protect workbook. So protect sheet means in my workbook default how many sheets will be there? How many sheets will be present?
Default one sheet.
One sheet. You can increase up to
255 sheets.
255 sheet. So I want to protect this sheet. No one should make changes to this sheet. I have some important information. They can view the content, but they cannot edit the content. Okay. For each and every sheet, I can assign a password. Clear? Each and every sheet can be assigned with a password. Once you assign a password, that sheet becomes read only. Clear? Okay, this is my sheet 17. I'll go to review tab. I have protect sheet. So here it will ask you to assign a password. Passwords are case sensitive. So what password you are assigning, you can make a note of it. Okay. So I will type 123. I'll click on OK. I will re-enter the password 123. I'll click on OK. Now this sheet has become read only. Now if you try to make any changes here, so I try to make any changes here, so it will show you the cell or chart you're trying to change is protected. To make changes, unprotect the sheet. Okay, understood? Only this sheet is protected. If I go to the next sheet, I'm able to make changes. See, I can make any changes. I can make it bold. I can make any changes in the value. Any changes can be made. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So if you want to unprotect the sheet, again go for unprotect sheet, type the password. If the password is incorrect, then you cannot unprotect. So see to that what password you have assigned, you have to mention the same password to unprotect it. Now any changes can be made to this particular sheet. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Protect sheet means in my workbook, I can have n number of sheets. Each and every sheet contains different information. If you want to protect it, once you protect, sheet becomes read only. It will not allow the user to edit the content of the sheet. If you want to edit, you have to unprotect the sheet to make changes to the sheet. Is that clear? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
In one workbook, I can have n number of sheet. Sheet is not a page. Sheet has got n number of pages. Okay. If you protect the workbook, in your workbook, how many ever sheets are there? Each sheet, how many pages it has got, everything gets saved. Clear? Now, each and every sheet can be protected with a different password. If it is protected, that sheet becomes read only. Okay. Now, can you tell me what is protect workbook?
When we want an entire workbook to be like having a password so that others can't make any changes in it.
Hmm. I'm in a new workbook. I'm in a new workbook. In this workbook, how many sheets I have?
Only one.
One sheet. I'll go to the next sheet. I'll store some content. I'll go to one more sheet. In this, I have weekdays. Okay. Now, what I'm doing is in this workbook, how many sheets are there? In this workbook, how many sheets are present?
3, ma'am.
3 sheets. I'll just save this file. I'm saving it as demo 18th August 2023. Okay. Now, I'll go for review tab. I'll go for protect workbook. Now I'm assigning a password. I'll type 123. I'll click on OK. Again 123. I'll click on OK. Now what I'm able to do, see, I'm able to edit the content of the sheet. Okay, I can enter anything, I can delete anything in each and every sheet. Each and every sheet I can make changes. Then what is the difference? Protect workbook means once you protect your workbook, in this workbook how many sheets are present?
3.
3. If I right click on the sheet, if I right click on the sheet tab, you can see here all these options are inactive. Additionally, I cannot add new sheet. I cannot add sheet 4 here. Or among these 3 sheets, I cannot delete any one of the sheet. I cannot change the name of the sheet. I cannot move sheet 1 and place it after sheet 3. I cannot hide the sheet. All these options are inactive. Clear?
How did you do that?
If I protect the workbook, if you right click on the sheet tab, automatically these options are inactive.
Okay.
Okay, so what is the difference between protect sheet and protect workbook is protect sheet, each and every sheet can be protected by assigning a password. If you assign a password, that sheet becomes read only. You cannot edit the content of the cell. If you unprotect it, you are able to edit the content of that sheet. Protect sheet is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Protect workbook means after protecting your workbook, if you right click on your sheet tab, all these options are inactive. In this workbook, 3 sheets are there. I cannot additionally add a new sheet. I cannot delete after protecting the workbook either sheet 1, 2 or 3. Any of these 3 sheets cannot be deleted. I cannot change the name of the sheet. Instead of sheet 1, I want to change the sheet name as employee details. I cannot change the name of the sheet. I have move or copy. I cannot move this sheet 1 and place it after sheet 4. That is not possible. I cannot change the tab color. I cannot hide the sheet. These options are inactive. Is it clear? If you want all these options to be active, I have to unprotect. Go for protect workbook once more. It will ask you unprotect workbook. So what password you have assigned? 123. I am removing that password. Okay. I am removing the password. It is unprotected. Now if you right click on the sheet tab, see all the options are active. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now I can insert a new sheet. See, sheet 4. You can see a new sheet, sheet 4. It has been inserted before sheet 1. If I want to move the sheet, place it after sheet 4, I can drag it and place it after sheet 3. Again, if you want to move it, drag it and place it wherever you wanted. So I am placing before sheet 1. I can drag it in this way. Or I can change the name of the sheet. I can change the name to employee details. So each and every sheet contains different information. Based on what content you have stored, you can change the name of the sheet. You can see only one sheet can be active at a time. You cannot work on all the sheet simultaneously. Okay. Right click, move or copy. I can place this employee detail sheet after sheet 4. Instead of dragging, you can select it from here also. I can place it wherever I wanted, or I can drag it and place it here. If I want to delete sheet 4, I can right click, delete that sheet. Sheet is deleted. Now if I try to insert a new sheet, what will be the name of the sheet? What will be the name of the sheet?
Sheet 4 or sheet 5.
Sheet 4, once it is deleted, I cannot bring it back. It will be
So it
sheet
will be
5.
sheet 5.
Sheet 5. Okay. If you want sheet 4 means you have to rename it. But once you have deleted any of the sheet, it cannot be replaced with the same name again. It can be renamed. Okay. Now what I am doing is, you are in which sheet? You are in which book? You are working in which book? Your file name is demo, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, if you right click, move or copy. I'll click on move or copy. I want this sheet to be moved to a new workbook. You are in which file? See here, it is showing you. Your book name is Demo 18th August 2023. This is the name of your file. I want this employee details sheet not to be existing in this file. I'll click here. I'll select new workbook. Now if I click on OK, new workbook is opened. Book name is book 2. In that I have only one sheet, that is employee details. See, in the taskbar you have both the files open now. If I go to demo, that employee details sheet is not present here. You have moved from this file to a new file. Is it clear?
Ma'am, could you show it again?
Now that new sheet is present where?
In book 2.
From book 2, I want to bring it back to demo. What am I supposed to do?
Select the
Right click on the sheet tab, move or copy. You select name of the workbook as demo. Okay. Now automatically book 2 will be closed because it has got only one sheet, right? Once you move that sheet back, that book is no more. It has been closed. Clear? I'll click on OK. See, that book is automatically closed. Only one book is available now.
okay, ma'am.
So I'll show it once more. You are in this file. I want to move this sheet to a new workbook. In the same workbook means I can drag it and place it here. See, I can drag it and place it here. But if I want this sheet to be moved to a new workbook, right click on this, move or copy, click here, select new workbook. I am moving that to a new workbook. In the new workbook, I have only one sheet, employee details. If I come to this workbook, that sheet is no more. If you want to bring it back, what I should do? Now you tell me what I should do if I want to bring it back to my existing file.
Right click and then move. Select move.
Hmm. Here you have two book. You are
Yes.
present in
And
book
then
3.
to book.
If
Yes,
you
ma'am.
click here, it will show you one more file
Demo.
which is currently opened, that is demo. I want to bring it back to that file. Once I move this sheet to that workbook, this book will automatically get closed. Now if I click on OK, see that workbook is closed and that sheet again it has come back to demo. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now I want the same sheet to be present in one more workbook also. What I'll do, in the same workbook also, I want to have one more copy of it. I'll right click, move or copy. I'll say create a copy. In the same workbook, I want to have one more copy of the existing sheet. I'll select create a copy. See, I have one more copy of the same sheet.
Yes,
Yes or
ma'am.
no? Ah.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, if you want to have the same content in a new workbook also, what I'll do, right click, move or copy, click here, select new workbook, as well as click on create a copy. Now I'll click on OK. New workbook is also opened. In that also you have the sheet. In this existing workbook also I have this same sheet. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone?
Yes,
You
ma'am.
want you want me to repeat? You want me to repeat it once again?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So now you know the difference between protect sheet, protect workbook, and how to insert a new sheet, how to delete existing sheet, how to change the name of the sheet. In the same workbook, I can have same sheet more than one time, and you can change the name if you require. You can change the tab color. See, tab color is changed. Again, if you want to change it back, right click, change the tab color to no color. This will be the default white color. Again, right click if you want to hide the sheet 1. If you want to hide this employee details, hide that sheet. See, one more copy of employee detail was there, no? That is hidden. Again, if I right click, unhide, it will show you which was the sheet which was hidden. You want to bring it back. So again, that sheet has come back. It is back. The sheet is again back. You are able to see it in this file. Any doubts in this?
Ma'am, can you please repeat it?
I want to hide the sheet. So sheet 2 contains what? Marks. If you want, you can rename this sheet as marks. Sheet 3 contains weekdays. Each and every sheet can be renamed. In case if you want to hide this sheet, right click, hide. That sheet is hidden. Again, right click, unhide option is active. If you click on unhide, it will show you which is the sheet that has been hidden. You can hide more than one sheet. Okay. And you can bring it back. So I'll select this sheet that is marks. This sheet is hidden. I want to bring it back. Again, you can see that sheet is displayed. Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now you have this insert comment. I'll select this cell. Okay. In the cell you have name, right? Dinesh is present. I'll click on this new comment. Is new employee joined in the month of July 2023. Or you can just type his new employee. His new employee joined in the month of July 2023. Clear? Whenever you give a comment, you can see a red color mark over there. Whenever your mouse pointer comes across that cell, you can see that comment, what you have given, what you have assigned to that cell. If you want to edit, you can edit. Is it clear?
Ma'am, can you just repeat it, ma'am?
So what I'm doing is I can select any of the cell. Okay. I can give a comment. Go to new comment. Here I can give a comment like this. Ravi, he is an employee. Earlier, he was working in department number. He was working in department sales. Now he has changed to accounts department. You can give a comment like this.
Ma'am, how do you get, ma'am? I selected it, but I my option isn't there to get a new comment.
Select any one of the Selma. You go to review tab. In review tab, you have insert comment. You can attach a note for each and every cell. For every cell, I can attach a note. Now, what I'm going to do, select the cell, go to review tab. You have insert comment. I can give a comment. Current salary is hiked. Last month. Like this, you can give any comment. Okay. So whenever the mouse pointer comes across that cell, it's going to show you the comment. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, if I want to see previous comment, you can see the previous comment or next comment. If you want to see all the comments together, you can see all the comments. Show all comments. If you want to delete the comment, you can delete the comment. Go to the cell where you have assigned the comment and then delete it. Once you delete it, you cannot undo to get back that comment. Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So if you have any spelling mistake, you can go for the spell check and you can check it out. Thesaurus means it will give you the synonym name. So now if I type management, so you can select that cell, go for thesaurus. Management means you can change that to, it can have a different name. Thesaurus means it will give you the synonym name of management. It can be called as administration, supervision, managing. If you want to replace it, you can click here and select insert. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So you can type anything here. So if I type, I'll make a spelling mistake here. If you want to go for spell check, go for spelling. There, if the word is correct, you can click on ignore. If the word is incorrect, it will give you the suggestion. Select the appropriate word, click on change. See, department spelling mistake was there. I have selected the appropriate word. I have clicked on change. If that word is correct, then you can click on ignore. Is that clear? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. To know the synonym name, select the cell. I want to know the synonym name of department. So what I'm doing, I'll select that cell, go to review tab. In review tab, I have spell check. I have even thesaurus. Click on this. So department is nothing but, you can call it as branch, you can call it as division, subdivision, section. If you want to replace it, you can select. You can select branch and you'll get a pop down. You can select insert. So instead of department, it can be replaced with branch. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. So here you have workbook statistics. So in this workbook, current sheet details it is showing you. Okay. So end of sheet is M16. Cells with data 161. Formulas, how many you have? 75. So how many sheets are present in this workbook? Cells with data, how many you have? and formulas 150. Like this, it will show you the details. Clear? It will show you the statistics of your current sheet. Only one sheet can be active at a time. It is showing you the details of the active sheet. Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So you have translate. You can translate that to any other language. Default language will be English US. So actually you will get one insert button. So what happens? It will show you in that particular language. In Hindi sales, it will be changed. In that particular language, what they will call for sales, that will be changed. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
There will be a mediator, Noma. If I don't know, if I go to German, if I don't know their language, so there will be a translator. Same way, if I want to translate this to another language, whichever language is available, if I select it, it will show that particular word in that language. Here it is not happening. You can check it out whether it is working for you. If you select it, it will show you in that particular language. Okay. So here it's not working. I'll just check it out. So any doubts in this review tab? In review tab, what all I've told you? I've told you about protect sheet, protect workbook. I have told you how to insert a comment, how to spell check, thesaurus, workbook, statistics. Any doubts you have? Any doubts you have?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Next, we'll go for page layout. You have some information in this sheet. I want to take the printout. So before taking the printout, directly I can go for this page setup dialog box. So here you'll get page setup dialog box. I can go here. You'll get this dialog box. When you're taking the printout, here you have paper. Orientation will be portrait. That is vertically the content will get printed on your page. If you want to see the preview, here only you have print preview option. See, your content will be printed vertically like this. Again, I can go to page setup. I can change the orientation to landscape. Now my content will be printed horizontally on my page. If I want to change the orientation, so what are the orientations you have? You have two types of orientation, portrait and landscape. Portrait means it will print the content vertically on your sheet. Landscape means it's going to print horizontally on your sheet. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Again, I'll go to page setup. Here you can select the paper size. When you're taking the printout, whether you're inserting the paper A4 size paper or A5 size paper, you can select the paper here based on which sheet you are inserting, on which sheet the content need to be printed. Okay, default it will show you later. So if you are taking the printout on A4 sheet, select A4 sheet. Okay. Next you have this margin. You have notebooks, right, with you? You people are writing notes
Yes, ma'am.
in your notebook. Top margin, there is some margin, left also, right and bottom. You are setting the margin. Within that, you are going to write the content, isn't it?
Yes,
If you are
ma'am.
writing in ruled notebook, you have top margin, left margin, bottom margin, right margin also. You can stop. Okay. So same way here, default setting is present. Top margin is 0.75, bottom margin is 0.75, left and right default it is 0.7. If you want to make any changes, you can make changes here. See, top I'll make it 2 inch, bottom also 2 inch. See, top and bottom spacing is left 2 inch. If you want to change it back, again change it back to 0.75. Clear? Now again you'll get back the default settings. Now what I'm doing is I'll go to margin. Now where is the content printed? Immediately after this margin, my content is printed in the top. If I select this center on page, it will leave equal spacing towards left and right, and the content will be printed immediately after 0.75. Top margin will be 0.75 and equal spacing will be left on your left and right hand side when I select this center on page. See, equal spacing is left on your left and right. When I select center on page horizontally as well as vertically, now it will leave equal space even in the top and bottom. The content will be printed in the center of your page. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'll go to page setup. If I remove this vertical horizontal, it will print from the corner. If I select horizontally, it will leave equal space towards left and right and it will print in the center. But if you want to leave equal spacing even in the top and bottom, center on the page, select both horizontal and vertical. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm. Again, I'll go to page setup. I have header and footer. What is header and footer?
The heading and the footer is the conclusion kind of.
You have textbooks. In case if textbook is issued from your college, on top of the page, it will show you your college name. College name is printed on all the pages. In the bottom of the page, it's going to print page numbers. Page number differs for each and every page. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now I want to include NICT computer education on all the pages. I can include that information in my header. In the bottom of the page, I can insert page number, date, time, whatever I wanted. Okay. In the top of the page, I can have the company name or the company logo. So I'll go for header and footer. In page setup, you have page, you have margin, you have header and footer. I'll go to header and footer. You click on this custom header. Whether you want it on the left hand side or center or in the right. I want it in the center. I'll click on center. I'll type NICT computer education. So you can select this text. If you want to change the font, make it bold, underline, click on this A. Font dialog box will appear. Choose whichever font you wanted. You can select here whichever font you wanted. You choose the font. Choose whichever font you wanted. You can increase the font size. You can make it bold. You can underline it. Click on OK. Now again click on OK. So on the top of the page, it's going to display NICT computer education. Click on this custom footer. Again, I want it in the center of the page. There I want to include the page number. You click on this ash symbol. See, it is showing you the tooltip. Ash is for your insert page number. So I can insert the page number here. If you want date or time, you can include even that in the footer. So I'll click on OK. So in the bottom of the page, it's going to print the page number. On top of the page, it's going to print the company name. Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Again, I'll go to page setup. I have sheet. So when you're taking the printout, if you want to print the grid lines, so it will show you the dotted lines. Okay. When you're taking the printout, you have to include borders for your data before taking the printout so that it will show you the data in the row and column. Again, go to sheet in case if you have changed this. See, See, if you remove the grid lines, it will be like this plain sheet. If you click on this grid lines, it will show you this lines, but this is not printed on your page. So you are selecting the database. In home tab, you have this border. You can select this all border. Now if you go to print or page setup, you can see rows and columns. If you want to change the background and foreground color, select the database. In home tab, you have this fill color. Choose whichever fill color you wanted. Text color also you can change. Okay, but when you're taking a printout, if you don't want to print this in color, go to page layout, page setup. You have sheet here, black and white. You see the print preview. It's going to print black and white. If you want color, again go to page setup. You can remove this black and white checkbox. Now it's going to print it in color only if you have a color printer. Again page setup, go to sheet, draft quality. So when you're taking the printout of this details, if you want n number of same information, if you want many copies to be taken printout, you'll go for draft quality. It will not consume more ink when you go for draft quality. Clear? Are you people there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You must have seen even the row and column heading has to be printed when they are circulating the material to the students. If you have any database, from which cell to which cell the data is entered, if you want to know the row and column heading, when you're taking the printout, you can activate this option, row and column heading. So click on OK. Now even this row and column heading will be printed on your page. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Again go for page setup. So when you're taking the printout, what should be the order of the page? So how do I check I have how many pages? So in your status bar, you can see here normal view. You have page layout view. In page layout view, you can see the header and footer. See page number it is showing you. Okay. If I go for this page break preview, you will come to know in each sheet I can have n number of pages. Each and every sheet has got n number of pages. If you drag it, you will come to know. See, this dotted lines, blue color dotted lines, whatever content you have within that. So this is one page. And when you're taking the printout, if you have selected only that selection, if you take a printout, only that selection will get printed on your page. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you have different types of view. One is normal view. This is the normal view. Here you have page layout view. When you go to page layout, it will show you what is the header that you have assigned that has to appear on top of the page before printing whatever content you have in your worksheet. In the footer, it's going to print the page number. Then you have page break preview. You can come to know how many pages are present. In case if you want to adjust, you can again reduce this or increase it. This page, I want to adjust it here. Earlier it was still L column. I can adjust it to J column also. And in one page, I have 33 rows. If you want to reduce it or increase it, that is also possible. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So individually selecting the margin, orientation, size and all, I can directly go for this page setup dialog box and I can select all the things from this page setup dialog box. So what all I can do in page setup?
Orientation, scaling, margin, and head or footer.
Mm. Content of the print. I want the print in printout content to be printed either in the top of the page or in the center of the page. And when you're taking the printout, what should be the order of printing? Down then over means first page, third page, second page, fourth page. It will be printed like this. Over then down means down then over means first page, second page, third page, fourth page. Over then down means first, third, second, fourth. It will be printed in this order. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Any doubts you have in this?
No, ma'am.
So when you're taking the printout, grid lines will you can activate to see that. But when you're printing, see to that you apply borders for the selected database and then take a printout. Okay. Next you have this bring forward and send backward. So I'll go to insert. I think already you have come across the shapes and all. It is been told, right? Insert tab was being told earlier, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay, ma. Today we'll stop. We'll continue in the next class.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Bye, ma.